Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about how I got into the Ninja Turtles that I remember. So for most of my life I've been into the Ninja Turtles, not as big as I am potentially now, and I could cover them more on my channel, which I should. But I was introduced to the Ninja Turtles since I was 2, I think. 2 or 3. I can't remember the exact age, but for most of my life, I've known about the Ninja Turtles. I was a fan. My sister, who's 8 years older than me, she watched the 1980s Turtles, and I think, if I remember correctly, I watched a few episodes of it. Like I said, I can't really remember because I was 2 or 3 at the time, so who remembers that far along? And I'm in my 20s now. And so, but the first one I actually do remember watching is the one with Toka and Razor, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. And that's also was my favorite one of that Turtle trilogy. Only because of the ninja rap dance, because I can bookie. Plus the theme song was good. I like the theme song within the 3 Turtle movies that were connected. And I liked it. I know I've seen the first one. I know I've seen the third one. If I remember correctly, this second one was my very first Turtle movie ever. And of course I didn't really pay much mind to the Turtles, because at the time I was 2 or 3, so I was a big fan of Barney the Dinosaur and Thomas the Tank Engine. All the little kid shows that were going around at that time I was a big fan of, more so than the Ninja Turtles. But I think what got me into the Ninja Turtles officially, actually before that, before I got into the Ninja Turtles officially, I remember also seeing that Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles Next Mutation crossover. And at the time, I thought that was awesome. My little kid mind thought that was the greatest thing in the world. Of course, now I'm older, I realize how stupid the Next Mutation Turtles are, but at that time, I felt like that crossover between the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles were the greatest thing in the world. And yeah, kids' expectations are not the same as when they get older. And so what got me into the Ninja Turtles officially as a official fan is the 2003 Turtles, which is the Ninja Turtles I grew up with. I liked it. I said, awesome, this show is cool. I watched the original 2003, the original show in that series, in that Pacific Turtle series. The Turtles without the pupils. And then came Fast Forward, which I watched beginning to end. I wasn't exactly a fan of that show, but I was still interested because it was the Ninja Turtles, and I was a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles as much as I am of Star Wars. So, but at the time, I would watch practically anything Ninja Turtles, even if I didn't like it. Which explains why I watched the Next Mutation later on in my life. Which is time I will never get back. But regardless if I liked it or not, I thought the character development, even now looking back, was pretty good for the Turtles and Splinter. And then Back to the Silvers came along, and I said, finally they came back into the present day. And yeah, I enjoyed that a bit more than the Fast Forward, to be honest. Of course, in that Turtle series, I'm taking into account the TMNT, which the 2003 show, not the movie, and then the Back to the Silvers and Fast Forward. The Shredder, whenever the Turtles killed the Shredder, he did not want to stay dead. They literally killed off the Shredder. Unlike, I don't think they ever really killed off the Shredder in the 1980s version. I gotta actually go watch the full series to see. But in the 2003 version Turtles, once they killed off the Shredder, another form of the Shredder came along, and yeah, it was kind of like bogus and kind of stupid that they kept on bringing the Shredder back after they killed him. But it was entertaining, and I felt like overall they didn't really do that in a bad way per se. It's just I kind of find it stupid that once you kill off the Shredder, he comes back to life. Like, he must have been the secret son of Ra's al Ghul to be able to come back to life in different forms as well. Because there was Demon Shredder, Ultrons resembling Krang's. What else? And Cyber Shredder. 3 that I remember. And there's Dragon Shredder too. And there's more versions of the Shredder in that entire series. And I'm purposely not counting Karai because she ends up taking the mantle of the Shredder. But I'm not going to count Karai. Only the evil Shredder. And Karai ain't evil. Orogusaki is, but not Karai. And then pretty much Ultron Shredder comes back into the 2012 film Turtles Forever, which could have been better, but that was the part of me that still enjoyed seeing the Turtles and the 1980s Turtles and the 2003 Turtles on screen, even though I don't really consider the 1980s Turtles to be the 1980s Turtles. I feel like they're like cheap knockoffs of the 1980s Turtles, but that's just me. And that's sad because they are supposed to be representing the 1980s Turtles. But yeah, at first when I got into the Ninja Turtles, Raphael was my favorite turtle because he was supposed to be the cool one. He's the one with the size, which looks like forks per se. We're looking forks. If you don't know what size are. And then later on, Michelangelo became my favorite because he's a party dude, and I feel like I can connect with Michelangelo more than the other turtles per se in terms of me being like me and my brother and sister. I'm like the one that is like the most wild or energetic one, and Michelangelo is like the most wild and energetic one of the 3. But then when as I got older, again my favorite turtle changed from Michelangelo to Leonardo, which is why when I'm wearing his suit. And on the back, you can see his shell. And actually, those are my favorite weapons. And I got this in Orlando, Florida at Universal. And funny story is, my sister's probably gonna kill me, but they had shirts for Leonardo. Which obviously I got one. They got shirts for Donatello. They got shirts for Michelangelo at the time. But my sister's favorite turtle is Raphael. No Raphael shirts, and I thought that was the funniest thing. Like, damn, you're screwed. And I don't know if she ever found one. She never told me, so I'm guessing not. But I felt bad for her. Because Raph is her favorite turtle, and in my head, I was saying, it's a good thing that Raphael is no longer my favorite turtle. I mean, not say that Raphael or Michelangelo or Donatello are not as interesting as Leonardo in general. It's just, I like Leonardo because he has the most pressure of the 4 turtles. The exception of that garbage Rise of the Ninja Turtles. Leonardo's the leader. It was pretty much established that he's the oldest one. Splinter expects the most out of Leo than he does of Dan, Mikey, or Raph. Since Leonardo is supposed to be the leader in blue. Does anything that takes the... sorry, I was trying to quote the theme song, sorry. But Leonardo's the leader. He's the oldest. He's supposed to... by Splinter standards, in the field, when Splinter's not in the field, keep his brothers in check and do whatever mission to protect New York City and, well, the rest of the world. And Leonardo's supposed to show what Master Splinter expects from his turtle brothers. So yeah, Leonardo, while doing that, he also kind of has his own personal struggles. Each version of Leonardo kind of deals with something different but similar. Like, he's trying to be the leader that his brothers needs, that Master Splinter wants, but also struggles with trying to be his own person, per se. And I'm sorry, but I like the Leo and Raph clashing. Because that's a pretty good representation of how actual siblings are. At times too. Like, me, my brother and sister, we love each other. And we have a lot of laughs and we get along a lot. But there's those few times where we just have our arguments. Or fights or whatever. But at the end of the day, just like with Raph and Leo, my brother and sister and I all know each other, regardless that we love each other. And I do like that. I actually do like the family concept. So, who is my favorite turtle? Leonardo. What's my favorite Ninja Turtle movie? Has to be the 2007 movie. The CGI one. That has my favorite voice actor voicing my favorite turtle, which is James Arnold Taylor. James Arnold Taylor, who you don't know, is, if those of you who don't know, does the voice of Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, Johnny Test from Johnny Test, Lego Spider-Man, and some of the Lego Spider-Man things, like in the Lego Marvel Superheroes. And he does the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi in both Clone Wars shows, and he has done so many other voices too, that if you have watched the Cartoon Network from up to the Clone Wars ended, in that timeline, like between 2000 and 2012, 13, that alone you will have heard a lot of James Arnold Taylor's voice. If you watch some of those commercials and you hear that announcer voice, some of those times was James Arnold Taylor speaking. If you've seen those Fruity Pebbles commercials, and you hear Fred Flintstone, that was James Arnold Taylor. And so when I saw that, so TMNT, the 2007 one, when I saw that, I said, oh shoot, this is pretty cool. Now, granted that I didn't really know who James Arnold Taylor was at the time. I didn't really know who he was until shortly after Clone Wars Season 1, and he became my favorite voice actor. And yeah, the Ninja Turtles, and since I've referenced Star Wars as well as part of me, both has taught me stuff that I probably wouldn't have or have learned throughout my years on this earth. And I have played the 2007 Ninja Turtle movie based game. I played Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, that was on the PlayStation 3, and Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan, which was on the PlayStation 4 that you guys see me stream on this channel, if you guys been here within the last year. So yeah, and yeah, just like there are 4 teenage brothers who are mutants of a turtle, like they're mutant turtles, box turtles, and they're trained in the art of they're trained in the ways of the ninja. So they're supposed to be living in the shadows. But yeah, but yeah, I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan, and I've seen nearly every single Ninja Turtle movie. Nearly. The only one I haven't seen, like really from start to finish, is Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Which I've seen parts of it on YouTube. Like I thought I saw the entire movie, but then a friend of mine made a good point. YouTube kind of removed some parts of it, some crucial parts. So even though I have seen parts of the Batman versus the Ninja Turtles, a good portion of the movie, I can't really say I've seen the movie because I haven't seen it from beginning to end, which I want to. But truthfully, as of right now, my favorite Ninja Turtle movie has to be the 2007 Ninja Turtle movie. Probably tied with that Secret of the Ooze movie. Those has to be my favorite Ninja Turtle movies. And my favorite turtle is Leonardo. Second favorite turtle is Michelangelo. And Raphael and Donatello are like tied right now. Unless if you bring Venus in here, she's always going to be my least favorite turtle because there was so much potential that the people behind the Next Mutations could have done with her. But they dropped the balls down so hard with not only her, who was like a new addition, who could have been canon, but the people behind that show botched Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, plus Splinter, plus Shredder, and I just hopefully they'll try again in the future with a female turtle in the series or movies, because I know they made a turtle with I think a yellow bandana in the comic books as of recent, and I'm down for that. So it's not that I'm hating on Phoenix because of her gender. It's because of stupid poor character development, and I actually dislike the Next Mutation turtles, like Frozen Turtles, and Splinter. They have to be my lead, and so so pretty much I'm saying that the Next Mutation is my least favorite Ninja Turtle series. All outside of the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Outside of those two, I have like no problem with any of the Ninja Turtle shows. It's just Next Mutation and Rise of the Ninja Turtles. And the reason for that, the Rise of the Ninja Turtles, because I feel like they botched the Turtles up a bit. Like in terms of personality, I do not connect with these Frozen Turtles. I've seen the first episode. I hated the first episode. I said bye, Felicia, to the entire series. I have not watched the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles since this series premiere. Nor do I have any intention to. But that's pretty much. I know I kind of going detouring through this, but that's essentially how I got into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And who is my favorite turtle? Who is my least favorite turtle, which is Venus. And what's my favorite Ninja Turtle? Actually, I never said my favorite Ninja Turtle series. It has to be the 2012 version Turtles. The only CGI Ninja Turtle series that we've got. Because I feel like, yes, the 2003 Turtles will always have that special place in my heart. I feel like the 2012 version Turtles, I expected that series to be bad. I had low expectations for that show. And each season, even though I may not have been a fan of the entire series, but each season kept on building. And in a good way. Exceeded my expectations. I loved it. And I was kind of skeptical about the Rise of the Ninja Turtles too. I like this level expectations. Up the belt buckle. Like, dropped all my expectations. Well, the Ninja Turtles, the Nickelodeon series Turtles, the original one, I had that expectations too, but each season went past and the bar, you can't even see the imaginary bar on the screen because it's so high that they did the characters, each character, not only the already established characters that was before the show, like Splinter and the Turtles and Shredder, but the characters that they introduced into the show, Justice, and they built off of it. The stories were good. I might not have been a fan of all the episodes per se, but I still liked the concept of the episodes and liked what they ultimately went through, like how they approached the episodes, and essentially I liked how the character development was, how they just kind of stayed true to the source material, but also experimented in a really good way. So yeah, the 2012 version Turtles are my favorite. So yeah, that's my backstory into entering the whole Ninja Turtle fan base, and truthfully, that's where I got half my name on my YouTube channel. Cause I'm a big, like I said, as much as I love Star Wars, I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan, and I wanted my name to kind of pay an homage to the Ninja Turtles and how much I love it, and the TMNT part is my homage to it. Plus, I've been called, since I love Star Wars, Ninja Turtles, the Jedi Master Ninja Turtle, and the Ninja Turtle Jedi Master. I've been called both. So yeah. So, what is your guys' favorite version of the Turtles? What's your guys' least favorite version of the Turtles? What's your guys' favorite TV show and favorite movie of the Turtles? And who is your favorite Ninja Turtle in general? I don't like. In general or specifics, I don't mind. Leave a comment below and go ninja, go. Sorry, I'll stop. Have a nice day.